What's up, YouTube? We got some heat here for you guys today. We are going to be doing a mid fade on my little cousin. He's gonna keep the top real curly, but we're just starting off this cut by deep walking with a 2 guard all the way open, just clearing our canvas, so when we start the fading process it is nice, clean and clear. And as you can see, I'm kind of like keeping the shape around the ridge and the back area. I'm dropping it a little bit just to keep some weight. I don't want to shave all the way up into the curls to where it looks disconnected. I want the blend to go gradually into the long hair on top while keeping a nice shape. And to start off the fade, I'm gonna go in with my trimmer, keeping the same shape that I made when I was debulking. As you can see, I drop it a little bit, and I'm just staying real consistent, making sure that line is even. And you want to stay clean. You want to know what your next move is gonna be. You don't want to start panicking and be like, oh my gosh, where'd I leave off? What's my next step? Just stay patient, trust the process, and it'll all work out. You feel me? And the reason I'm setting in the guideline like this is because if I flip my trimmer over and I pressed it in the other way, it makes it a little bit more difficult for some people to take that first initial line out. So just in case we have some people that struggle with that, I just set my guideline in like this, and I'm gonna keep the hair at the bottom. Reason being is you'll see as I start my fading process, it'll create a nice contrast between the hair at the bottom and the blend, and it'll allow me to see dark areas a little bit better. Again, I'm staying clean, making sure that line is even throughout the entire head. Alright, and to go into our next step, we're going to go with our clipper all the way open, going up about a ½ an inch above that bald line, keeping that same shape. And as I set my guidelines towards the back of the head, you'll notice that I make the guideline a little bit wider. Reason being is because there's a lot more surface area to blend in the back of the head. And to start erasing that line in between the bald and the open, we're gonna go in with my clipper closed, just attack that line slightly, and then you'll see right here I open it gradually as I move towards the top of that open guideline. And it's not going to be perfect, so you are going to have to go back in detail. Like I emphasized, detail is what's going to separate your haircut from everyone else's. Right here I'm attacking it closed. I open it a little bit. A little bit higher, and here I open it some more, and you can see how that line just gradually starts to be taken out. And that's what it's all about, guys, just knowing a system, learning what system works best for you, and then perfecting it, you know what I mean? And then after you perfect that, you can move on to the next one, so that way you can make your skill set very versatile, and you're able to do many different types of styles or many different type of textures of hair. And reason being, I'm doing one side of the head first. It's just recording purposes. It's a little bit easier to record like that, but usually I would do this throughout the entire head, not just the right side of the head. Just tacking that line. Now we're gonna go in with our 1 guard open, again going up about a ½ an inch, following that same shape, making sure that the guideline is the same length throughout the entire guideline. You know what I mean? You don't want the guideline to be kind of a one open, kind of a two, you know what I mean? You want it to be a consistent one open throughout the entire guideline. And then to lighten up that line in between the open and one open, we're gonna go with a one closed. And this isn't gonna get the line out, but it is gonna lighten up the area, so it's a little bit easier to take out afterwards. And now this is gonna be the biggest guard that we use. We're going in with our 2 guard open once again. And we're making sure I'm emphasizing I'm flicking out as I get towards the top of the head. Because I don't want to use any bigger guards than the 2 open, because we are going to follow it up with shears. So this is just going to start the transition from the fade into the long hair, and then we're going to follow it up with shears. But we're still keeping that same shape with a 2 guard open. You can see my hand flicking out. And right here, you'll see me point out that line between the 2 open and the 1 open. And this is our 1.5 all the way open. And we're attacking that line, and we'll close it gradually as needed to get that line out. And when setting a guideline and taking a guideline out, I always like to start off with open first, because you can take hair off, but you can't put hair back on. So if you start with open and you realize you need to take more hair off, you can just close it a little. But if you go closed and you take too much off, you can't put the hair back on, you know what I mean? So always go open and close it gradually as needed. And you can see how the blend starts to come together. And here, to take that last line out, we're gonna go with our half guard all the way open. Really using the corners now, because we want to keep that shape without taking off too much hair. We're just trying to blend the line out. So I'm using a lot of the corners to get into those dark areas of the head, because everyone's head has indentations and crevices. No one's head is like super flat. So you want to make sure you use the corners to make sure that blend is fluid and consistent throughout the entire head. So I'm going in halfway, opening it up as I go higher. And you'll see, I'm gonna stop talking, you'll see as we just play with the lever, the blend will come together real nice. Now moving to the back and left side of the head, we're gonna go in with our clipper all the way open, following the same exact steps, going up about 1/2 inch. And you'll see me use the corners of the blade just so I can keep that nice shape of the fade that drops towards the back like that. Now to get rid of that line between the open and bald line, you'll see me right here going with my clipper closed. And you'll see me open the lever gradually as I move towards the top of that guideline. And from this angle right here, you can really see how much I do use the corner of the blade. And that's because I know for me, when I started learning how to cut, the drop fade was one of the hardest fades to learn how to do. And it's because the head has so many like dark spots and indentations, especially towards the back of the head, that it uses a lot of detailing and using the corners of the blade to make sure that blend is fluid and consistent throughout the entire head. Because you'll look at the side of the head and the fade will be really blurry, but let them turn at a slight angle where you see the back of the head, and it'll look like there's a lot of dark areas and parts that aren't blended. And that's because of all the indentations and stuff that you didn't take the time to detail. So that's why I need to stress the importance of using the corners of the blade, to detail those darker areas. Now that we got that blended, we're gonna go ahead and follow that up with our 1 guard open. And as we move up in our guidelines and in the fade, you can see it starts to come together, you know, slowly. Again, I'm using the corners, especially towards the C cup area, just so I can manage to keep the area dark when I do go line it up. And now we're gonna follow that up with a 2 guard open. Again, this is the biggest guard we are going to use, and this is just trying to blend into the top as best as we can before we follow it up with the thinning shears. And you can see on the left side of the head, he has a little colic that I just combed down that looks like a border area, so I try to keep some weight there to cover that up. And you can see that light area, and then I just comb the hair over and it kind of just covers it. Now right under that, I'm gonna follow that up with the 1.5 open, going in open, and then I'll close it gradually as needed. But yeah, family, as of right now, this is the last haircut tutorial I have recorded up until they let us start cutting again. So give me some content ideas on what you would like me to drop on my YouTube channel, just to give you guys some more content, you feel me? Let me know some things you guys would want to see and stuff like that. But this is the last haircut tutorial that I have recorded right now, unless I cut another family member up until we get back to cutting and they let barbers back in the shop. But now we're going in with our half guard all the way open, and here I close the clipper gradually, and you can see how the blend starts to come together, especially in the back. And the back is one of the most important areas of the fade, because it is where the left and the right side of the head connect, and it's gonna be the part of the fade that the people will see the most, especially when looking at him from behind. So if the left side is a little bit higher and the right side is a little bit lower, then the back of the blend is gonna be thrown off, you feel me? So make sure you're spending time detailing the back and making sure it's blurry. And now we're just attacking that last line with our half guard. And then after this, we're gonna go ahead and detail, and that is what's gonna take the haircut to the next level. And scratch that, speaking of content, I think I'm gonna drop a self-cut tutorial on how I cut my own hair, and I think that's gonna be pretty entertaining. So that's definitely a video that you should be looking out for in the next couple weeks. But other than that, man, let me know what you guys want to see, so I can provide you guys with entertainment and really dope content that will add value, that will benefit you, whether it be in your relationship with Christ, to encourage you, to motivate you, to teach you. And yeah, let me know what you guys want to see, man. Shoot, another video that would be cool to post is how I started cutting, kind of like my journey up until this moment, you know what I mean? So that would be a cool idea. Let me know what you guys think about that, learning about my journey, hearing how I started cutting. Let me know in the comments if you guys would like to see that. And I know I said the 2 open was the biggest guard I used, but I did grab the 3 just to blend into the top a little bit better. And I'm doing the same exact thing as I did with my 2 open, just flicking and blending into the top just a little better before I follow it up with some thinning shears. And here you'll see me go with the grain of the hair with my 3 guard. And this is just kind of like to lay it down. And it doesn't take off too much hair, but it just lays it down a little bit nicer, you feel me? Now we're gonna go in with my thinning shears, and this is going to blend into the top and bring the entire blend together. This is honestly one of my favorite parts of the haircut, is using my thinning shears, and I'm going into the hair and kind of flaring out with the comb, and then anything sticking out from the teeth of the comb I attack with my thinning shears, and it starts to blend very nicely. And that blend on the back is looking tough, boy. Y'all can't tell me nothing. But especially in this area, this is where that colic I was talking about on the left side of his head. I don't know if you guys can see right here, that little lighter spot that I'm combing over. That's that colic I was talking about. I'm going ahead and start attacking those dark areas and just bringing it all together. Definitely invest in some good shears and thinning shears, because quality definitely makes a haircut more efficient and more comfortable to do. Now let's get into the framework of the haircut, which is the lineup. And I always start at the top of the RHC cup area and then go to the bottom and connect it in the middle. And that is how I achieve that nice round shape. And you can see as we line it up, man, that blend is super tough. All we need to do is butt out that bottom after this lineup and we is good to go. See, I start at the top of the C cup, keeping it as natural as possible. And then I'll go to the bottom and I'll connect that joint in the middle, and that'll give it that nice arch. And as you line it up too, it'll bring out some flaws in the fade that you didn't see before. So it allows you to, you know what I mean, take that blend to even another level in the detailing process. Now for his lineup, Buddy got colics everywhere on his hair. I know you can see his lineup. So we're gonna try our best to make it as straight as possible, but we are going to keep it as natural as possible as well. So I went ahead and attacked the left side of his head first, just because it was the highest part of his hairline. And he has a lot of overgrowth on his hairline as well, which means Buddy ain't going bald on his hairline area for a long time, which is a great thing. I definitely wish I had that. But yeah, we put that lineup on there and that man is looking tough. Wait. Now we're gonna move to the right side of his head. Well, our right side, his left side. And we're gonna go ahead and try to make it as straight as possible. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be way better than it was. Just keeping it natural, making sure it's clean. And that is a scar that he has. I did not do that. He's already had that scar. And now we're gonna go ahead and bald out the bottom. And as we bald out the bottom, this is what's you're gonna bring that blend together, make it look complete. And I do use the shavers on the bottom of the fade. I don't know why I didn't record it, but I do use the shavers. You'll see here in a sec. And that blend is looking super clean. Let me know what you guys think in the comments so far. I'm speeding this up because there's not a whole lot of detail involved with this. You're literally just balding out, leaving off where you left off, you know, shaving what you left off, sorry. And now we're gonna go ahead and attack it with the razor. And this is gonna make that lineup as sharp and as crispy as you possibly can. Especially with all that overgrowth he has. He has a lot of little hairs that those razors will take care of. Or that the razor will take care of. Sorry, I can't speak English today. Make sure you stretch the skin just so you don't cut them. And now we're not trimming the top, but we're gonna go ahead and dampen it up. We don't put any product or anything. We're just trying to get the curls going a little bit. But that lineup and that blend is looking tough. Let me know what you guys think in the comments of this mid-drop fade. Follow me at Dreclipperhands. Hit that like and subscribe button. Go ahead and drop a comment, and yeah, catch y'all next time.